Okay, welcome to the third and final food and conversation for today. I did a breakfast, lunch, and now a dinner. And I've got my brand spanking new batch of long grain white rice. And I've got a chicken breast, which is probably about 3 ounces. It's not very much. And I've got fixings for my dipping sauce here. So what are we going to watch today? We're gonna watch a Bonanza, another Bonanza. Today we got The Tall Stranger, and this is from season 3, and it's episode 82. And it's another episode in which Haas falls in love. He's already in love. He's been dating this gal, and named Cut. Oh, I'm not prepared. I was prepared. Margie Owens. Okay, Margie Owens. I was prepared. I just had a momentary loss of memory. So he's been dating Margie Owens, and Margie Owens is played by Kathy Brown. We saw her in an earlier video in the tax collector. And anyway, it's the same gal. She's been in lots of Bonanza episodes. And in several of those episodes, she played Adam Cartwright's fiance. So she really gets around. But that would be later on in the series. All right, let's begin. Haas falls in love. The Tall Stranger. This is an episode that I saw sometime, when I was in my 20s. And it's a rather sad episode for Haas. He falls in love and then he loses her to the tall stranger. All right, let's get started. We'll have our good dinner. The Ponderosa.
Stand still, here.
And there's Haas.
Just because you have to be the prettiest thing this side of a red wagon don't mean you can put on airs with me. No, sir. As far as I'm concerned, you're still just a bushy-tailed range pony, don't you forget.
How's it going, big brother?
Not short shanks. Yeah, if it's any better, I'd take his frame up.
Short shanks, huh? You better watch what you call me. I'll jump up on his stump and punch you in the knee. This is about the flossiest looking crowbait I ever did see.
Yeah, sure she is. That's why you just give your right arm for her, that's all.
I don't know about my right arm. I might give her a nice stall in the back of the barn if she didn't have enough sense to get in out of the rain. She's too pretty for a range horse. What are you going to do with her?
Oh, I thought I might make a gift out of her.
A gift? You hand-fed and raised this filly from a colt? You're just going to give her away? Must be a pretty important reason.
Well, yep. So I thought I might make an engagement present out of her.
Oh, yeah? Who's getting married?
Me and Margie Owens. The whole.
Hey, now look, you're not spoofing me, are you?
I don't think so, Jim.
Right, Joe, wait a minute. What do you mean, wait a minute? This is the real Huckleberry. It's the greatest news ever.
Real Huckleberry.
Oh, horse, I don't know what to say. You better grab a hold of the holder on that filly, because I'm going to yell.
No, Joe, wait a minute. No. Joe,
Hey,
wait a minute.
what did Pa say?
Why you had a chance?
Yeah, come on!
Wait a minute.
Hey, Pa! Close the windows and bar the doors. I got the greatest news since Kelsey's hog found gold.
What's all right about?
Sound like you got your foot caught in a bear trap.
Yeah, wait till you hear this. All right, brace yourselves. Go ahead and tell him. Well, come on, tell him.
Oh, that burn it. Oh, little Joe's always too.
All right, I'll tell him myself. Hoss is gonna get married.
Look, it's too late in the day for this sort of nonsense.
Now, wait a minute, Pa. No, this isn't nonsense. Now, Hoss is gonna get married. He's gonna marry Margie Owens.
Now, look, Margie Owens is a very nice girl, and I won't have you joking about her this way.
Paul, I'd be the last person in the world to joke about Margie. The fact is, it's truer than true. I do want to marry Margie, but that burn it, little Joe's always jumping off the deep end.
Wait. You mean it? You mean it? You really mean it? You really want to get married? You're going to get married? Well, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. I didn't think you had that much sense in you. That's wonderful.
Well, you're the luckiest guy in the world.
She's much too good for you.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute. Listen to me a minute. It's a fact. I want to marry Margie, but that don't mean she wants to marry me.
Well, what does it mean?
I ain't even asked her yet.
She loves you, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Well?
So what's wrong? What are you worried about?
Now, that ain't necessarily so, Joe. I ain't such an all-fired bargain.
Oh, come on, come on.
Well, don't make no difference. I ain't gonna take no chances. Plenty of time, and then I'm gonna ask you.
You know that level piece of ground right near Rocking Chair Butte? That'd be a perfect place for the house, wouldn't it?
Just right. They got the whole valley to look at.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of sweet water up there, too.
Hey, what are you three talking about?
Planning a house for you and Margie. Oh, let's take a look at the map. There must be like 5,000 acres there.
So, as far as I know, this is the only episode involving Margie Owens in this storyline. There wasn't anything up before this, and there won't be anything mentioned of it after this. Just a one-time storyline. And there she is. And there he is. Definitely a nice piece of chicken here.
I gotta run an errand, Margie. I promised Paul I'd pick up a Sally won't take the man home no more.
Of course. It's all right. I don't mind at all. Take your time.
Hoss is in love.
Is something wrong, Hoss?
No, everything's just fine, Margie. Just fine. So anyway, rode back over the hill, and I came back in that little draw from the other side, and there was that old big mama bear and them two little cubs. Pretty easy playing.
More potatoes, Hoss?
Yeah, one spoon.
What did Hennessy say about those window frames?
Well, he said we could have them if there wasn't any hurry. I told him there didn't seem to be any.
It's window frames for what?
For a house we're going to build near Rocking Chair Butte, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Not that we want to hurry you or anything like that.
Oh, no, that'd be the last thing you'd want to do.
But we do think you're being lazy, shiftless, selfish, and downright cowardly about the matter.
Lazy, shiftless, selfish, and a dirty coward. And on top of all that, I'm scared, Paul.
But Hoss, we're gonna have a party. Food and dancing. Saturday the 10th. For all our friends and neighbors, right here in the Bonanza. Now, I'd like to make the announcement then. Well, that gives you 10 full days to do your part.
Yeah, but Paul, what if I'm still scared?
Well, I'll ask her.
Paul, I don't think she'd marry you.
Now, I mean, you big ox.
Oh, here we have that lovely scene on Lake Tahoe again. And we saw the last time Hoss was in love.
Oh, isn't it lovely? Oh, look at it, Hoss.
And we first saw that in the episode The Ape with
You're
Arnie,
saying I am so.
when he brought Arnie up there to
Where the
show him
trees frame the view.
the land
It's like an artist had set them
that
there.
he was going to sell him.
If each one were something very special.
But that didn't work out, did it?
Hoss, are you in love with me? Really and truly in love?
Well, I was going to sort of sneak up on it. I was going to tell you that I love you so much I can't hardly stand it. Then I was going to ask you to be my wife. And I still am when I work up enough courage.
Hoss,
And then this view here, I was going to ask you maybe you'd like a house right here on this very spot.
Wait,
Pulling out them, they done bought the window frames for it.
listen.
I'm sorry, Margie. I guess I got sort of carried away with myself. I ain't even asked the main question yet, have I?
Hoss Cartwright, if you'd stop talking so much, well, maybe I could get a word in edgewise.
All right. As long as that word ain't no.
Well, any normal, practical girl could think of nothing nicer than a husband like you and a house right here.
But what, Margie?
Well, I've lived around here all my life, and I've known you for years and years. And I know what it would be like, but well, I want to see the world far away from here.
Funny, we have
Oh,
not
a wonderful, romantic
seen
place.
her or heard her name before.
Don't you understand, Hoss?
Oh,
I don't mean to be
Margie, I
picking on the
understand.
episode or any of
All
them,
girls like to do that sort of thing.
but there is a little bit of
I tell you what, I'll take
inconsistency.
you to San Francisco on our honeymoon.
San Francisco? Hoss, I'm talking about the whole wide world, and you offer San Francisco.
Margie, the whole world can wait. We're young, there's plenty of time. Who says we won't see the world?
Do you think so, Hoss? Really and truly?
Absolutely. That is, unless you're too busy taking care of the kids.
Hoss.
I tell you what, Paul's gonna have a party Saturday night. We'll announce it then.
Well, I don't know that. That's so soon. And we haven't talked to Papa yet.
All right. I'll come call him tomorrow night. And you tell your Paul that I'll be asking a certain question. Margie,
Yes, Hoss?
you reckon... Well, what I mean is,
The sun has finally come up outside.
Is that what you were asking?
I haven't seen the sunshine for a long time.
Whoa, Dad, got it. How come you're so whole fired spooked? It's me that's got to go in there and talk to the man, not you. I ain't spooked.
In real life, Hoss was a
Little Paul
teacher
said,
before he became an actor. And he was happily married and had a bunch of kids. And he is buried in DeKalb, Texas, where he grew up. What a big, beautiful home.
Why, good evening, Mr. Cartwright. So nice of you to call.
Margie, tonight was night, wasn't it? I was supposed to come call tonight. You talked to your Paul, didn't you?
Won't you come into the sitting room, Mr. Cartwright, and meet our other guest?
Other guest.
Margie, did you talk to your Paul?
Oh, well, that's perfectly sweet of you. Thank you. Now may I take your hat?
Damn, come it, I guess I left in the buggy. Margie, you got me today.
Mm. Dinner is all gone, and it sure was good.
This is Mr. Mark Connors, Mr. Cartwright.
Mr. Cartwright, a great pleasure.
How are you, sir? Boy,
Wow, he is pretty tall.
Come and sit down.
Boss is 6'4", so
Yes, sir.
the tall stranger is just about the same height, it looks like.
Mr. Connors came to discuss mining properties with Papa. He was telling us about his adventures in Africa and all over the world. Do go on, Mr. Connors.
Well, that's got her
I'm sure
excited.
Mr. Cartwright would be bored. I know that he's got many more interesting things to relate.
No, they ain't much ever happens around here. Not like in Africa. You go on, Mr. Connors.
Mr. Connors was telling us about a trip he made to the island of Zanzibar.
This is exciting, isn't it, Papa?
Oh,
As Mr. Owens just said, I was telling him about Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
With Mr. Cartwright. Zanzibar.
carries the scent of the clothes many, many miles out to sea. Yet, with this exotic aroma, there exists another one far less bewitching. I ask you to believe that, oh, not more than a quarter of a mile from palaces of unbelievable luxury, there exist stockades where men, women, and children are caged like animals. Blackamoors, yes, captured in the deep jungles of darkest Africa, but human nonetheless. Capable as you and I are. Pain, misery, heartache.
Look at the excitement on her face.
If it isn't the well-traveled Mr. Connors.
So that is actress Jacqueline
What
Scott,
the devil are you doing here?
Obviously waiting for you,
I
Mark.
told you to wait in
who
San
is a
Francisco.
favorite female actress of
The
mine.
last time you told me to wait in St. Louis, I waited 3 years.
Look here.
She's really good at
Take
acting.
this bag and get back
She was
to
in
this.
Duel along with Eddie Firestone
Just
and
like that,
Dennis Weaver.
Just crawl off in a hole somewhere until the big promoter decides to whistle. Well, I'm not going.
Now listen to me, Kathy, my darling. Look, I'm involved in a very important business deal. Now, if you come here to cause trouble, you're going to ruin
Trouble, Mark? When you're trying to make money for us?
Oh, yes. Yes, I might have known. Well, you could have written, you know. I would have sent the money to you. There was no need to come all the way up here.
Thank you, Mark. I can use this. You've taught me very expensive tastes. This isn't why I rode that dirty, back-breaking stage all the way up here.
Oh, no? Then, why?
I just don't trust you. This little business deal you're involved in. What's Miss Plain Jane Owens got to do with it?
Oh, that. Oh, nothing at all. Incidentally, how long have you been in town, huh?
Only since this afternoon. But this is a very small place, Mark. It has the usual gossips. It just took me about 1 hour to find out all about you and Miss Owens.
Well, now, listen to me, Kathy. Miss Owens is an only child and the apple of her father's rich heart. She's got a great influence on him.
You have a great influence on her.
Exactly. So you see, you mustn't interfere now, Kathy. Remember, under our agreement, you stand to gain just as much as I do.
All right, Mark. I will go, and I will wait, but not for long. Because remember, under our agreement, if I wanted to, I could blow your little scheme sky high.
Oh, my sweet, my dear, sweet, cynical little Kathy.
Well, we've determined he's an evil person.
Not in your world.
Mr. Owens, may I tell you, your daughter is as light as a feather. Dancing with her is sheer delight.
Her ma was like that, too.
Mr. Cartwright, I want to thank you. Your uninvited guest is having the time of his life.
Oh, Mr. Connors, you're more than welcome. Everyone within the sound of music is welcome at this party.
Gracious of you, sir, gracious.
You got a minute for an old friend, Miss Owens?
Of course, old friend.
Keep them closed tight. your hand for him. I don't trust you. Okay, come on. Keep on tight. Don't you beat it. Okay, around this way. Now open your eyes.
Oh, great day in the morning. Would you look at this? Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, where in the world did... Oh, is this Junebug? That scrawny little thing you picked up on the range?
Sure.
Oh, she's grown into a beauty. Where you been keeping her?
Oh, outside. I'm saving her, I guess.
Saving her for what? Well, if I had her, I'd parade her every chance I got.
Well, I reckon I was saving her for a present all along. Just didn't know it.
Present? Well, I couldn't think of a better one. Hey, who are you gonna give her to?
I was kind of figuring on making her an engagement present to you, Margie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know where my mind was. I just didn't think.
It's all right. I was kind of hoping that we could make the announcement tonight.
Okay, we're gonna stop it at 20 minutes and we'll come back.